Hey, how's it going, guys? Here's Gabriel again. I'm starting a sequence of videos. Besides DJing, besides music, I really enjoy talk about some masculine topics, which I hope every single topic I bring in this channel will add something in your life. You, male. Young as me, I'm too young. I'm 19 years old. I just have a couple things to learn in this life and a couple things that I want to share with people, and I notice and nobody talks about it. All right, like my last video when I was talking about a handshake. That's a really important topic. And now I'm gonna talk a topic about something that really was interesting in my early 15, 16, 14 years of my life, which is power. But I'm not just gonna talk about power. I'm gonna talk about the essentials of power, the criteria for power. I wrote down the principles of the journey. It is a journey, but before that, I want you guys to understand something. From that, I grab references from many books, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, 2 Samuel, King David, and this guy here, Niccolo Machiavelli, a Florence songwriter. He wrote poetry. He wrote non-fiction. I think he wrote dialogues. That's what it's called. He wrote theater pieces. He was a really incredible person with a really interesting story. Niccolo Machiavelli, he was, for many of you that don't know, probably you guys seen that on internet, like about stoicism and the laws of power, and his book. I read the book, really awesome book. But a little bit of his story is that he was a young prodigy that was able to get into the government aristocracy, which he was really young. He was about 27 years old, 28 years old, and he already had I don't know the name of what it's called, the charge that he had, the role that he had, but he had a really influential role. He was with the kings. He dealt with the princes. He dealt with the queens of the state. And the interesting that Italy had many governments. It was separated in many ways. People used to rule differently, and unfortunately for him, he was accused of going against the family of Medici. I'm pretty sure it's Medici family, and he with his punishment, they took out his role, his charge. They torture him, try to get every single information from him, and they throw him away in an island south of Italy. I forgot the name, but he was there, and that's where he wrote this book, which is what is it called? It's not chart. A letter for a new prince that would come to the power, and he wrote about the power, about how the politics, how the government used to work, so he would be able to. So he basically was looking for. I don't think it was his friend, but he was a close person that he really enjoyed, and he really wanted to see that guy exceed with those teachings, right? So a really interesting thing that Machiavelli no, he uses to talk about power is the word virtue. I'm gonna write that down. Virtue. Virtu. The word virtue. In my language, I speak Portuguese. In my language, my mother language, virtue sounds like a word called virtude, which I'm pretty sure is different than virtuous. So, virtude. Virtue meaning. Virtue, a knowledge of expertise in fine arts, the good qualities inherent in a person or thing. So virtue, it can be really well interpreted as a skill. And he uses the word virtue. He never uses, the interesting thing that he never uses the word power as something not really as basic as that would be. He uses, the interesting thing that in a book he uses the word power with a sense of be able to acquire, you understand? So the word virtue, skill, which basically nowadays in this modern days is used as power. So through that I learned the principles and what you need to understand about the power to acquire it. So okay, power equals virtue, which equals skill. Power, virtue, skill. So in my language the word virtude is mostly related to principles that you have, limits, things that you set for your own living, your own person, things that you don't change for nobody, you understand? And that's something that if you keep a consistency, you keep consistent, with it, you will exceed on anything. When you always keep a line between you can do it, you will do it, it's worth it to do it, you will exceed in anything in life. So power, virtue, skill. Okay, so the essentials of power. First, we need to understand that power is not something that you can buy. Impossible to purchase. Fuck. Man, you came an insect. I tried to kill the insect and now it got my notebook all dirty off with blood. Whatever. Impossible to purchase. Impossible to exchange for something. Exchange for something. Possible to exchange something. It is not something that you can see, but you can feel it. It's not visible. On the other hand, you can feel it. Feel it. So my DJ name on music, right? My nickname, my artist name in music is called DJ tout puissant. Tout puissant is a French word. It's a French word that means the Almighty. So word by word, tout puissant means everything. In my language, tudo possível, everything possible. Tout means all things, everything, all of them. Puissant means mighty, be able to, powerful in the sense you can do it. And with that, we can understand that power is the ability to acquire things through skill. Ability to acquire things with skill. Power is something that you can't inherit. If your dad or your mom, they were really powerful persons, your grandpa was a really powerful person, and you don't inherit that. All right? If, let's see, for example, if my dad owned a big business and he had a really good networking, he built an empire, and his friends were really wealthy, really connected, government, teachers, lawyers, prosecutors, judges, business owners, drug dealers, whatever. Their credibility on my dad was not mine. You know, doesn't mean because I'm born from my dad. It doesn't mean that because I was born from my dad that I acquired that I will follow his steps. All right. So power is not inherent. Something that you can work it through your life with the skills you develop and create within your practices. So let me give you an example of what virtue and skills mean with the power. So let's see. Let's say you are a really good person with money, not mathematics, but money. You are able to really well manage expenses, profit, liquidity, gross income, whatever. I'm not a really financial guy, but with those numbers and those details, you can use that in your early age, and you can apply that for a couple things. You know, you work for somebody, and then look, I can help you with these numbers. You see that there's something wrong with somebody's business, and you can help them, and they, this kid knows how to do something. He has virtue, he has skills, he has something for the world, he has something, he has something to add. And that's what the world is looking for. Everybody talks about money, but no. People, they want services, they want things that you can add for their lives. Nobody's looking for your money, they're looking for what you can offer them. Right? And that's where the power comes with. When you have a skill, you have a power over another person. And the more virtue, the more skills, the more align you trace your limits, you do it, will be worth it to do it, your value increase. value increasing. You look it down. When you look it down, you have more power. All right? It's easier to shoot from the up to shoot from the down. Shoot from the top to the bottom. Yeah, that's what I meant. Let's see. I wrote something else. I'm not getting everything now. It is an energy. It's an expression. It's something you cannot see it, but you can see at the same time. It's something that you can see behind somebody. You know, when you are in a meeting, when you are in school, you can tell that little ugly guy he gets all the girls, or that little guy that doesn't have money. The teachers like him. The politics like the young 23-year-old guy who's just a young guy that never acquired something, but he has something. He has a little skill which he's a professional with, which he's not good on everything, but he's good in one thing, and that one thing he can shoot from the top. And people will be jealous of it. And that's what the older people like. They like individuals that are highlighted. They're not just another one. They're not just another guy that dresses well and that have money from the daddy. Trust fund kid, you know? Everybody changes hours. They exchange hours for power. And guess what? They're never gonna get it because they don't understand the essentials. They don't understand that it is a skill. It is something that you have to apply hours. You have to exchange your time for it. Next time, exchange time chasing, but developing it. All right. And the thing is, which differentiates a lot, what the power is used for. The devil uses the word power in many ways to distract us on how things are going and how we should proceed with things. As I said, it doesn't come easy. You have to develop the ability to be able to shoot from the top. And the devil comes to your ear and says, nah, you don't have to do nothing like that. You can just come to me and ask for it. But you know what? He wants an exchange for that. You're not gonna give that for free. So you can see that many people that have power, but weirdly, they got this really fast. And power, that's not something you can get really fast. You can get from an early age because you apply your skills and you develop your skills throughout time in an early age. But nothing comes fast. Anything that comes fast goes fast. Have you heard that? Yeah. That's a problem. Many they lose they lost the purpose for what they want power for. So the device that I have for you that is looking for power, first I would tell you to read this book. If you don't have patience to read this book, just read the 48 Rules of Power, which is a great book as well. To be honest, I think 48 Rules of Power is easier to understand, easier to apply than this. This is if you actually want to be ahead, get more knowledge about deeper things, Italian words, geography of how Italy was and how Italy is. How the government was, understand a little bit about government philosophy, such and such. But I would say to you read Proverbs. Proverbs is in the Bible, yeah. Actually, I got the Bible right here. And look for the knowledge, all right? Developing skills sometimes is harder because sometimes we don't actually know what we are good at with. but when you ask a knowledge, even if you don't believe in God, but if you ask a knowledge for a adult or somebody that is 10 years older than you at least, they're gonna give it to you, and that's a window to the future. You know, when you're talking to somebody that's 10, 12, 15 max, okay, I would say 17 years old max. That's the age that I feel comfortable. Actually, I ask advice for everybody and knowledge from everybody, but when I really want to apply what they're saying 100% of my life or 90% of my life, I look forward to 17, 10, between 10 and 18 years ahead of my life. Okay, 8 or 17 years ahead of my life, because they're more accurate, you know. When somebody's, okay, I'm 19, when somebody's like 26, 27, 35, yeah, 36, 37, I think so. Their reality was a little bit closer than me, than somebody that was 40, you know, somebody that was 50. But yeah, listen to them. They will have a little bit to tell you, especially those that are failures. If you look at somebody like, man, this guy's a failure, ask him about something, and then ask them about their regrets. And then go to the millionaire guy, which is 30, 35, 28 years old, and ask them, well, what is the thing that they're most happy for that they done. They're gonna give you a good advice. They're gonna teach a lot. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna talk about more the principles, the rules of power. I read the book. It's a really interesting book. There's a lot to say. A lot to you apply. Human nature is a really interesting topic. And yeah, never walk alone. When you walk alone, you are an easy target. Always have friends, have connections. Power handshake, bring those connections, and you never will be in the bottom. You're always gonna be in the top. And if you have friends, if you're in the bottom, you're not gonna be the easy target. You get me? Alright, guys, that's all I have for today. I live in Richmond, Virginia, so if you live in Richmond, Virginia too, give me a shout out. Maybe we can talk, maybe we can hang. And yeah, again, women, don't watch my videos. If you're a woman and you watch my video till now, don't watch it. That's not for you. Alright, bye bye.